Now this illustration deals with the main bonding jumper and system bonding jumper in accordance with 250.28, A as in apple through D as in dog. Now the main bonding jumper remembers at the service equipment. The system bonding jumper is at a separately derived system where you would have a main in the service equipment feeding a transformer. Maybe you had 48277 service. You feed the primary of a separately derived system, step it down to 12208, they say. Now, that's called a system bonding jumper, so you don't get it confused with the main bonding jumper at the service. These are defined in Article 100. Now, the note basically says main bonding jumpers and system bonding jumpers shall be permitted, notice, shall be permitted to be a screw, strap, wire, bus, or other suitable conductor. Shall be permitted means you got a choice. Remember that. We find that in Article 90, where it shall be required, shall not be required, shall be permitted, shall be permitted, and explains those terms to us. Now, you notice that the main bonding jumper, as it states there to the right, down at the bottom where the grounded bar is, the bus bar, it talks about it could be a screw. If it's a screw, the head is green in color. But notice, if you use a conductor or strap or anything like that, then you're going to have to be equivalent to Table 250.102C1. You'd be equivalent to that. And then it tells you that the bus bar shall be grounded in accordance with 408.3C. But we can supplement, but you can't supplement less than what's required by Table 250.102C1. And we used to just supplement with a number 6 or number 8 because the way the code was written, it talked about supplement. So does, hell, we was just supplementing. But OSHA come in, Joe Pipkin, who's passed away now, but was the director of the OSHA at the time, and he said, hey, that's got to be full size. It may be called upon to transfer all fault current. And you had number 6 and number 8, that's not going to cut it. So he said no. So we changed that, in my opinion, to do away with the supplement so it doesn't say full size, it says table 250.102C1, which is full size, see, by the table. Now notice we give you 250.66. It'll refer you to Table 250.66 to size the grounding electrode conductor only if it's connected to structural steel or in the grounding electrode classified as a metal water pipe. 250.66A, B, and C deals with driven rods, concrete encased electrodes, or ground rings encircling the building. Then we give you the neutral conductor there and what deals with that. We've talked about that. But again, just in case if you're looking at this illustration only, that grounding conductor to be used as a path for the fault current based upon 4-aught hitting that main of 225, the 4-aught per Table 250.102C1 requires number 2 for an effective ground fault path and a supply side main bonding jumper to bond the metal of the enclosure back to the transformer. And then 220.61 would only be used if you had neutral load involved. So keep that in mind. Now, this illustration shows what a main bonding jumper is at the service equipment. Now remember, we'll look at an illustration coming up where a system bonding jumper is located at a separately derived system, and that's what this figure 16-31 is illustrating.